We're doing so good. Okay, like I'm emotional. Wow, friend, thank you. That right there is the epitome of creating earnestly in love. That was a really profound guttural moment for me, and I needed that. Thank you for reminding me of what it's like to just create from the gallows.
Oh, Heavenly Father, take me to the water. I keep getting farther from you. Maybe I'll pray to Allah or any god or altar. Don't know why I bother. Life keeps getting harder. Oh, Heavenly Father, take me to the water. I keep feeling farther from you. Maybe I'll pray to Allah or any god or altar. Don't know why I bother. Life keeps getting harder. People crying, dying every day. When mama calls, I lie and say I pray. But it's been so long, I don't know what to say. So I pour a drink and smoke it all away. Oh, I've had too many nights like this. I don't wanna fight like this. Please take my soul. It's getting so cold. Before I take my life, I wish I'll think about what I might miss. If I go, please make me whole. Heavenly Father, take me to the water. I keep getting farther from you. Maybe I'll pray to Allah or any god or altar. Don't know why I bother. Life keeps getting harder. Oh, Heavenly Father, take me to the water. I keep getting farther from you. Maybe I'll pray to Allah or any god or altar. Don't know why I bother. Life keeps getting harder. Is life real or is it all pretend? I feel I want it all to end. I need someone to hold. Please don't let me go. I'm feeling so close to the end of my rope and I don't want to fall again. I feel I just want to be close again. I feel that I can find hope again. I need someone to hold. Please don't let me go. I'm feeling so close to the end of my rope and I don't want to fall again. It's kind of something that we forget to do, even the most practiced artists. We get so into our flow and so into our hustle and our bustle and our grind.
Yeah.
We can kind of forget like why we create and where we're creating from. And those songs and my last project has been that. Like I've been such a student of the game that I'm kind of like, oh, let me just make all that I can, but then I have to step back and like, oh, let me actually create from a real place. And all those songs are just from a real place. So
It's just sitting with me. Again, this whole day has been like a core memory, but just how divinely placed it all was today for us all to just like get to step into this community building, to be
100%.
representing ourselves as the opportunity that we are. Because I think a lot of times we see or we're offered things that are seen as opportunity rather than knowing that we are one, that we are the resource, we're the opportunity.
I like that. I like that.
And
I like that.
You really gave us the ability to see our community a bit more clearer today. And I just like my ears ringing, my joy is thoroughly enhanced, my spirit is just ready to stim. It's finally that I get to be more in space with you, you know, that divineness of like, hey, I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to push anything. But like, as we've paid attention to each other in the community, and I've just always been such a fan human. But the entire essence that you are and what you encapsulate, you don't really have to speak to be a representation for somebody that maybe didn't know that this existed, because you just exist. And so coming into that and obviously hearing within your music and the frequency that you are in, what is there a core memory or a core moment for you that really allowed you to know, like, oh, I am this craft?
Juicy. Of course, you know, thank you. I'm so glad to be in space with you too. It's been a minute. We've been, you know, orbits and just ships in the night. But yeah, so it's so dope to be in this space and to be in community. My moment, it's interesting. I've had a lot of moments, really, honestly. I feel pretty guided throughout my life. Sometimes I honestly forget. I forget that I'm meant to be doing this, that I'm meant to create. And because we just get so lost in the grind, bills, life, love, all that type of stuff gets us distracted a little bit. But a huge moment was just like a few years ago, kind of right before COVID. Ironically, I was quitting my day job to become a full-time artist. I also DJ, I do photography, I do a lot of different things. So I was kind of aligning myself to take the leap that we all kind of try to do. And so I quit my job in February of 2020. And then all the cancellations happened in March. So that was a very funny time for me. That was a life. That was a lesson of still take the leap, because it may not work out, but it was how things worked out from that moment was the things that solidified me as an artist. I said, no, like I don't want to go back to a job. I couldn't even find a job, honestly.
Right.
And so I just had to figure out how to make it work. And so I think that was just a life moment that really just solidified, like, hey, you're supposed to be an artist. Like, you're supposed to be here. Like, just keep trusting yourself. Keep trusting the process. Keep trying new things. You know, keep taking those leaps of faith. And yeah, so like, you know, COVID was definitely a huge moment that just tested me of, you know, are you really about this thing?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And to continue creating from that heart space, right? And like the way that I hear your, again, that gutturalness and the understanding of like, if it wasn't that version that got me here, I wouldn't be here right now, you know? And so a lot of the grief that we actually go and the heartbreak that we go through is like releasing the version of ourself that needs the break. You know, we're like, oh, that person, you know, we just want to be done. That person's dead, you know, that version. And I'm like, well, maybe we just need to give them a break. Like they worked so hard to get them here, you know?
Yeah, I took a very long break.
Yeah.
Yeah, COVID said sit down to everybody.
Sit down.
Yeah, very long break. But so yeah, and it was hilarious in that moment was I realized that more than, like I had already been poised and positioning myself like to for artistry and just to be a full-time creative, you know, but I think that was so evident that my body was just like, let's take a break. Like it's gonna happen. All the things that you worked for are gonna happen. It didn't work the way that you wanted to, but it's okay. Take a break. You'll get them next time. It's okay.
And you did, because the city is thriving just knowing that you exist in it. And to give some more honor, just like, you know, Denver has a lot of brilliance in it. I just keep saying that.
100%,
you know, Denver
100%.
is doing different. We aren't trying to be like everybody else, even though we're in a box, which is so ironic, and I love that.
Yes.
But within how just the dynamic of artists have changed, you know, I think that we're not in this like hyper editing, hyper FOMO of like making it look a certain way that it's not. And so the folks that have already been at it for 10, 15 years, cultivating within their community, they're shining and they're being noted a lot more than they ever were before. And I think that some of this other stuff is kind of falling away, you know, like the big club scenes. That's just like the desire to go be in those spaces isn't there as much anymore if you want to really connect. And so is there a space within, I don't want to throw it in like a buzzword, but is there a space within the unionships of community that you find that you have felt the safest in yourself? Because spaces aren't always safe. We are deciding if we're safe around each other, and that makes that emotion exist, right? But is there a space that you feel cultivates the ability to feel more seen and more safe in?
This is such a good question. So for me, I just feel safe wherever I go. I do have privilege, just being, who I am and how I present, but just truly, like, I just don't think about people or places in that way. And so, especially, being queer, I don't think I'm queer. Like, I'm not walking around.
I'm just a
Like,
lunatic guy.
I'm just a weirdo. Like, don't worry about me. I'm just here.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking that way when I go to spaces. So as far as, and that is a certain mindset, and I hope to show people that and teach people that. And so I'm privileged to feel that way, and I work to feel that way. I protect my peace. I protect my space. But in short, the spaces that I've felt the most loved and protected and safe in are those intentional spaces. I love just those community events, like I said, not the clubs, and so to speak. I have a few like bars and places that I love to play because it's fun.
Yeah.
But really, truly, it's the unique events, like the fashion shows that even you host, like the type of events that like small poetry events, or like I love to DJ like yoga sessions, like because it's just that's more of the intentional space for me. So I really think it's the intention brings in the awareness, and I feel that everyone kind of responds to that too.
Yeah.
And so, and just generally with the clubs and the bars, or just like the spaces, the mainstream spaces, they don't curate enough of their lineup. They don't curate enough of their talent, I feel. So it doesn't really feel intentional sometimes. But I like intentional spaces, like in events and things. Even if I'm not a part of it, or if I'm not there, I'm still like, go Odd Times, I see you. I see
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that, because I think because of COVID and the separation that we had to go through, the abandonment of ourselves, the isolation, whether it was mindful or not, we had to isolate.
Right.
And that was really detrimental to some folks, but also really beneficial to others. So as we're like really coming out of this after these few years of like coming back, I am noticing like a maturity in spirit and the compass of artistry focusing more into intimacy. And there's like a romance in the community existing right now, where the platonic intimacies are to come together to, break bread of music together. Like it's, let's go out and somatically move and heal and co-regulate in space. Whereas I would be like on the rails before, which I still will have moments, because I can store up enough energy to do that.
Of course, yeah.
But to be in these really intimate spaces that are like you curate for yourself, but because the community is a reflection, you already know that we're all going to enjoy and be in that bread breaking for the moment. And so when you are seeing a need for these types of intimacy, and again, not trying to make community a buzzword, but within the unionships of the intimacy that is community, what do you find that from COVID that has been built up in community? Like the camaraderie we share.
100%. Like you said, back to the intention. We just need deeper experiences. We just want more. We want richer experiences, like in our backyard. Like we want to be like, we have this energy where we have to travel and we have to go so many places. And that's beautiful and too, but a lot of people can't travel, and like kind of back to the COVID space, we couldn't really maneuver in that way, so we did have to find new ways to entertain ourselves. So I think that we just really want intentional, fun, highly curated events, but more attainable and more tangible. And also I think just with the energy of the world in general, which happens in a lot of cultures. Like basically whenever there's a lot of oppression or a lot of stress and a lot of just dark stuff, usually the arts and everything rises. And so I think this year especially I've seen just like a lot of rise in that, because we are feeling that pressure, whether we feel it directly within our families or our communities, or we just have this itch, this feeling, like especially like creatives or empaths, or we just kind of like, you feel it a lot more, and you just have to get it out. And so I think that there's a urge to share honestly, urge to share just more genuine art, and the urge to share more. And because we are realizing that life is precious, and sometimes, usually we get that lesson through our own grief, through our own experiences. But when the world is seemingly hurting more than it ever has before, it makes you think twice about yourself and your own world and your own community. So I think individually we all just want a little bit more from life, and then so it's spilling out to the community and so forth.
I love that, friend. It really is, because the more that you're seeing that you've been pouring in, then you keep meeting these like familial energies out, and you're like, oh, okay, you keep showing up at this, your spirit's hungry, your soul is searching, for that. And maybe not necessarily always community, but as a way of like co-regulating within ourselves, co-regulating with community. And that's why I bring up like that somatic space, and even to bring and tie this all together as queer people. There's a very different culture that is queerness. And I think that it gets all lumped together, like, okay, we have all of these little communities together, but queerness is a culture. And there is a very beautiful culture here in Denver that encapsulates, but it's not tokenizing it.
Oh, sure. Right.
There's a lot of tokenizing that can exist, in that, but I don't feel like there's a tokenizing going on. I think again, it's like romancing. Queers know how to romance.
Oh, sure.
They know how to romance their life. They know how to romance their pain. They know how to romance their, even their slipping and falling and getting back up. And even when it feels so ridiculous how alone they could feel, even though they're surrounded by community, and I know a lot of folks,
Oh, that part. I don't know why we do this to ourselves. Like I'm an ambivert, so I'm like, I do love all the worlds, but I love my space.
Oh, honey.
And really just working on stuff, like just being an artist, you're just working, like even if you love to go out, you just have to work on it. The time it takes to work on something and create something and to really build something takes so much of your time. You're just like there goes another week and I'm by myself, or there goes another, like there's so many times I just wake up, I'm like, oh, I haven't like seen a human in like a few days. I should probably get out of my studio. I should probably into the world a little bit. And then I come on the interview and I forget how to talk, and I'm
you're doing quite splendidly.
It's great. It's great. I have interviews in the mirror by myself too, so it's great. You got to. If we're not talking to ourselves, who?
That's where all my brilliance comes from.
All the brilliance. All the brilliance.
All the different versions.
All the brilliance. And the craziness. But yeah, I love. I love this time because kind of back to what you said about the familial energy. I feel like a lot of artists are experiencing that longevity moment. So we did spend our time in our caves, our personal caves, whether it was dealing with our art or our own lives and things that can distract us. I think that we all have come, at least our community specifically in Denver, there's been an awakening because we've all been through a little bit of our own stuff, and we're like, okay, like we can step out.
Yeah.
We've done this, and even me, like I feel like I can step out a little bit more. I'm like, I don't have to. I feel like I was in school for like the last forever of my life. Like I'm always a student. I'm always a student.
Always learning.
But like when you're like in that grind and in that headspace, it can just get very like lonely and solitary. But it's good to like look up and be like, oh, I do have community. And even spaces like this, we forget as the artists that we do have spaces like Denver Community Media, and people like you that want to connect us all. And so it's such a beautiful feeling. And so thank you for seeing me and seeing other artists and the way that you show up, because I think, like you said, queerness is not. It's such a culture, and it's not. I don't feel like it's tokenized. I think everyone is genuinely so queer.
Same.
I think that we're just heading a space that we're getting more and more there. Like, and I think especially Colorado is very open-minded. There is obviously a lot of conservatism here too, but we have a lot of open-mindedness and a lot of freedom. So I just think that it's a beautiful space to be in. yeah, it's very unique here. I love it here.
I just love you, friend. You are you and your brilliant self, and because you do such an amazing job, how you were just speaking about, feeling alone and feeling that loneliness, and sometimes that loneliness, like community, sometimes can't cure because we're working through something. We have to grieve a version that felt insecure or like it was without, and then kind of like come back out into that. And you have done such a beautiful job in just the way that you exist in space. People feel very safe. They feel very seen, and I just feel like you bring a sense of like romance around, to go back to like we're all a little queer. Like if you can sit there and say you love yourself, you're technically attracted to the same sex. So
It's basic things. We're not even on a platform. It's not even a stance. It's like a basic that's like a fact.
It's like, just a fact.
Yeah,
and if you aren't, then like you are kind of missing out on something that could quite honestly tune you in deeper to self.
Much deeper.
And
much
then
deeper.
being a student of life always. We're always learning. I want to learn from people, with people, because of people. And a lot of times we go out and we concentrate on learning so much about another person. But like I think where we're at now is we're learning about ourselves around others.
100%,
and it's helping us within community. And so if you were to define that after everything that you've gone through in these last couple of years, what does community mean to you at this point?
See, I'm such a loner. I have such a hard time answering the question. I'm like, I don't know.
I just love when community leaves me alone.
Right, basically. But no, just like people you can count on.
Yeah.
And I think that shows up in so many different ways. And in the artist community, or like it's one thing like with your friends, of course you can call them and you can show up and like that type of community that's tangible, that's very palpable. But like you said, when you show up in spaces and you see someone that you recognize or that you have the same energy with, it's like, you know what, like this is why I go out. Like it's because I have people like me who also feel crazy and introverted sometimes, but we also need that energy. So I think it's just beautiful to meet other energies like yourself, and that's kind of like that's how I like counting on people, just like knowing that I'll get to see all the amazing artists whenever I step out, and knowing if I don't see them, I'm counting on you to be going hard on your art. I'm counting on everyone else to be pouring themselves into their thing, because I'm trying to pour myself into mine. And so it's kind of a tertiary way to like count on people, where it's like it's not directly there, but I just love seeing everyone show up as their best selves as much as they can.
That's so beautiful, friend. God, look at you out here in just all your regal glory.
Thank you.
Where can we find you at? Where can we find you on the webs, or how can we support you?
Yeah, you can find me at I AM GRU V, IAM GRUV. GRUV, groove, with a umlaut over the U, because I'm special like that.
Come on.
So I am Groove, pretty much on all socials. Also God of Groove, GODOFGROOVE. I got too many things. I got a lot of pages. But also you can find me on Spotify and everything too. I did release an album recently.
Yes, you did.
And that's kind of like where my head is at. I just released a baby into the world, so I'm kind of nurturing that moment right now.
I'm nurturing it too. It's on repeat. It's brilliant, y'all. Brilliant.
Thank you so much. My project is called Sin Pie, and it really was. I call it a diary of demos, because each song really was a therapy session. It was me feeling in my loneliness, feeling in my mess, just dealing with all this stuff of life, and just getting it all out. And so working so hard for years, perfecting a craft, and then getting good enough to where I can just be sloppy and just get it all out, which is so it's so counterintuitive sometimes, but it felt really good to just be raw and be honest and very emotional. A couple of the songs I performed today were from that album. So please just run up the album. That would be,
do it.
That would mean so much to me. So and obviously just keep showing up as your best self, and be blessed.
Just adore you, friend. Thank you so much for coming through, for entrusting this. And I know we're going to hear more from you soon, because we're going to continue meeting here, because there's so many parallels we got to hop into. I want to see you on many. I'll meet you in many 100%.
too. Music, fashion, we gonna do cook-offs.
You already know.
I don't know what we gonna do.
We're gonna do it all. That's what we're gonna do.
But yeah, I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, friend, and just continue creating earnestly in love out there. We love you. We're here to support, and just can't wait to see what more comes out of this vessel. Love you.
Thank you.
Ah!
Woo, 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 woo. Thank you so much.
This is what we do, boo.
That was fun.
You.